Okay, Howie Mandel asked me to come be on his podcast, but Howie Mandel's not here. Hello? It's weird.
Hey.
Oh, look who showed up.
Hi, Jojo
Been here for a
Siwa.
solid 10 minutes. Where have you been?
I was a little late. How you doing?
Oh, good. It's all good. I found my way around in here.
So, Howie,
Chris Hansen,
what's on the rundown this afternoon?
What
What were you going to do here today with Jojo?
Siwa. I was just going to talk to her. I just came to talk to her.
Talk to her about what?
Yeah.
Her career, her music, her.
How old is Jojo, Howie? Did
she
you
said she
consent
was.
to this interview?
I did.
Are you old enough to consent?
I'm 21.
Howie, you see how this looks.
Oh my God, this is like a takedown.
What do you think
Yeah.
should happen to you?
I should be allowed to continue with my podcast.
I'm going to let you go just this once,
Thank you.
but I'll be watching.
Get your groove on right now. Watching Howie Mandel
Sunny in the Black.
Does Stuff.
Are you rolling?
Trust the wind. That's all good.
Trust the wind?
Trust the wind.
That mean, I don't get that.
It's actually, so I endorsed.
rolling?
I think we actually talked about this last time.
About trusting the wind?
Well, how
then we
I-
won't trust the.
No, how I indoor skydive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and so
we did talk about that.
It's an indoor skydiving saying.
I won't. I don't want to talk about this time what we talked about last time.
No, bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
Horrible.
What did you get feedback?
We need new views.
Did you get?
I actually do remember when it came out. When it came out, I did get blasted for something that I said.
Oh, I know what you got blasted for.
What did I get blasted
You
for?
want
I
me to
didn't
say?
think you were going to come back. I thought you were
Do you
going to
know
be
what you
mad
got
at
blasted
us.
for?
I don't remember.
Saying that you were really good friends with Colleen Ballinger,
Oh, I did. Yeah.
and you defended her.
Yeah.
You still
That
feel-
was it.
We also don't have to talk about what we did last
Yeah,
time.
you said yourself.
You asked.
You said no. I'm where it's. 3
But
years
you
later,
always seem
I'm
to
still
be
here.
more than anybody else in the business. And I think it's unfair, but I feel that you get blasted more than anybody else.
Oh
But-
yeah. Yeah.
But, and I want you to speak to this, you take blasting to a whole new level and make it work for you. I
Thank
think
you.
that's so wonderful because
Thank
there's so
you.
many young people out there
Yeah.
that are being trolled, that are
Yep.
being that have a lot of negativity. Social media just
Yeah.
is the farm of negativity.
Yeah.
But you seem to take the negativity,
And run with it.
run far with it.
I mean, look, it's my little secret weapon, and if you can't beat them, join them, and it's interesting. It's kind of like it makes my career, and so I've learned how to embrace it. And also, I think a lot of people, see the new version of myself and see karma, but they don't realize that like I've been dealing with this since I was so young. Like I was the most hated on my first TV show when I was 9.
Dance Moms?
Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. But then even on Dance Moms, same thing. But then there was some sort of underlying with the hate. And so I think,
Do you not think that the like was the most prevalent thing and the hate is just the loudest thing?
I do think that. I think that because my mom actually told me something. She was like, look, I like you a lot. More than anybody in the world. I'm not going to open your comments and comment. She was like, so it's like the people who are angry are the people that like to comment. But I don't know. I just kind of.
Her mom does the
My
opposite.
mom comments.
Does
my
she?
mom will comment. Yeah. If anyone says anything mean, she'll be the first one in the comments. Like
Like,
you
bye-bye.
do not talk to my daughter that way. She is so sweet.
Clock
Yeah.
'em, Mom.
Yeah.
But you have the ultimate, because I talk to people all the time, and because I am old, and young people will come.
How old are you? Can I ask that? I mean, I could Google it.
Yeah, 69. I'll be 70.
Best age.
Really, said the 21-year-old. Why do you think 69 is the best age?
Because it's hilarious. You're
Oh,
going to
we're
be 70?
Yeah,
When's your birthday?
November. So I just turned
Holy
69.
shit.
What?
The thought of like Howie Mandel is 70 years old.
It's
like,
crazy, isn't it?
That's crazy.
You think it's crazy to you? Can you imagine being
I think
me?
you're like 54.
Thank you. Is that good?
Yeah, I don't see you as
54 to
70.
That's
No.
good.
70's like, I'm going to be a dick.
70's
Dead.
like what?
Like that.
70's like old. Like that's
I am
like,
old.
That's crazy though. You don't give old.
I don't give old.
No, you don't give old.
You know why? Because you're dancing to her music. That's why.
I am.
You
That's
stay
right.
young by dancing
But
to
yeah, the fact that Howie Mandel knows the karma dance, I'm dying happy. I'm dying happy.
Is that good?
That is great.
What are you laughing at?
No, that's honestly spot on.
What I do know the karma dance and spot on and
Spot on.
I dance. You DM'd me when the new song came out, Iced Coffee, and I danced to that too.
You did, and that was very sweet of you.
I
I had
know.
to ask you something. My
What?
daughter, who is 10, like totally obsessed with you, loves you. She heard your new song and she asked me what grinding my bean means. And she told me to ask you. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
My 10-year-old loves it.
It's her
Singing it nonstop, grinding.
I think she's referring to her clitoris.
Oh, okay. I'll let her know.
So when your 10-year-old asks, I am referring to when you are essentially making coffee.
Okay.
And you grind the bean to make the coffee. It's a very technical term.
You're a
I'll let
liar.
her know. I'll let her know.
However, if somebody who has already had consensual sex asks, it's referring to a clitoris.
Got it.
Right.
Okay. So
And the thing is to have your clitoris ground like that.
Please, Howie. Please enlighten
it's
us.
my
Stop.
daughter. It's my
Stop.
daughter. No, but I'm saying that, and that I'm just referring to the whole coffee reference. I bet most women like that a latte.
that's good. You see this where the 70 comes in.
And you know what?
Thank you. That was Sunny in the Black Pack.
That was
Yeah.
amazing. And that was genuinely, I did not know where you were taking that.
Me either.
I did not know where you were taking that. And
I
you
did not
took
either.
It.
I
You just
went
can't
and
help
I
it.
ran
And
with it.
that is why you are Howie. There it is.
That is why. But I'm just saying that we were talking about how you. I was looking at a post that you made, and why?
I make a lot of them. I'm scared of where you're taking
No,
this.
all these titles are very successful titles. Karma
Thank
was
you.
incredibly successful, incredibly wonderful. So many streams, so successful.
Thank you.
And then you, and I did not know this, I'm getting the info from you. You blasted out that it was like the most hated or the most disliked.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Look at the smile. It makes no sense.
I think it's such a flex to be #1 in any category, to be the #1 most disliked video of 2024. That is, I'll take it.
And you gave the number. You gave the number. I think 1, 2, and 3 was you, Ariana, and
Yeah, they all had like 300,000,
and you had
600,000.
3.1 million.
Million. Yeah.
Yay!
Congratulations. No, it's interesting because I kind of tested everybody when I told them that in my life to see everyone's reaction, to see if they thought I'd be happy, sad. And look, whether somebody's liking or disliking, they have to watch to like it or dislike it. And I mean, look, it's rage bait, and I think that there's I'm not hurting anybody, I'm not harming anybody, and I'm here to entertain and have fun, and it's doing that. It's doing exactly what I've wanted it to do, which is just entertain.
You are.
Just looking at this behind you just has been tripping me out. Also, this whole
This
Wasn't
is
that
such
you?
a literal flex, by the way. I thought that was the coolest.
No.
The lady
thank
gun?
you.
What,
Yeah.
you thought this was the coolest? What about the fact that she had a penis?
No, I thought it was
I had
such a
my
cool shoot.
bedazzled penis. Hell yeah.
What was the thought behind your penis?
You know, we sometimes you just do things without thinking about them.
Or you didn't think?
No, I did. I got pitched the idea of the bedazzled cup, and
That's more than a cup.
yeah, it's a really fancy cup. And I honestly showed up on set, and I was only down to do this photo shoot if we did something outrageous. And yeah, when they pitched me that, believe it or not, I actually felt insanely insecure that day about my looks and my body because, you know, it's me, and that is what it is. But then these photos came out, and they really made a mass statement, and it was like, fuck all with how I was feeling about my body that
Right.
day. Like, this made such a bigger statement.
You're a shower, not a
like-
grower. what was the thought behind that?
Behind
When they're pitching it, like, what does the person say to you?
honestly, they were like, would you be down for this? And they held it up. And I was like, absolutely, because it just shows a bravery. Okay, these mean the same thing, but in different contexts, like not afraid. You know what I mean? Like it's dare to be different. It's dare to be like, it literally doesn't matter. Gender's fluid. Like it's just shows a lot. It's like back in the day when Harry Styles wore a dress, and like now, mind you, me wearing a rhinestone penis cup is a lot more than a boy wearing a dress, right?
Yes, it is.
But it still shows that like fuck all with gender norms, have fun. Like, it's all in fun, and it's all to just show a like it's fun to be whack and fun to be different and fun to be not normal. You know what I mean? And like me wearing this is not normal. It is whack.
Knowing who you are and knowing the fact that you're gay, is this the fact that you had so much fun with a penis?
Yeah. Does it make me question my gender?
I don't know. It's not your gender.
Yeah. You're saying would I be into having somebody with a penis?
I don't know. You just said it. You just made it seem like penis was so much fun for you.
A penis was so much fun because it was not real. I am absolutely repulsed.
Penises make you gag, is what you're saying.
They're so gross.
Me too, and I'm straight.
How do you do it, man?
I don't know. Like, sometimes I wish I were a lesbian. It's just so gross. They are.
I don't want to be part of this.
Can I tell you something though? What I loved about those photos, to me, it didn't seem like as outrageous or as like a costume. It seemed like you and part of your personality, as instead of what I normally see of you is kind of like this getup and these costumes and stuff. It really felt like you were stripped down to who you were, even though it was outrageous and you were wearing a
different
cup.
type of full out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was really cool.
Do you feel like you're that? I don't think like people talk about you like the new, JoJo, but it's not. It's just, or is it the new? Are you a new person, or are you finally allowing the world to see who you've been from birth?
Okay, this is an interesting thing, and I actually want to test this theory.
Howie Mandel here. Finding the right hand cleaner has always been a challenge. They usually either smell awful or they leave your hands dry as a desert. But then I discovered aloe. Aloe eliminates germs with potent antimicrobials, while ingredients like glycerin and aloe vera work to soften your skin. The products are infused with high-quality essential oils like peppermint, sweet orange, and eucalyptus, so they smell like a spa, not a doctor's office. Use code Howie10 for 10% off at aloe.com.
This is an interesting thing, and I actually want to test this theory. Okay, so like, close your eyes, right? And let me ask you, if I was to say Jojo Siwa, what do you envision in your head? What person do you see?
When we close your eyes?
Bows.
You see, okay, what do you see?
The little bows, because that had the first impact.
You do still see the bows. Okay, so earlier today, somebody was telling me that, and a very respectable person was telling me that they don't see that anymore. Like, you hear Jojo Siwa, and like, I see Karma and the Karma Beast and the dance and the grinding my bean and the construction vest and the fur ball and the lady gun. It's like I think because it was such a strong out the gate with Karma.
So did we give you a disappointing answer?
No, not at all. It's more so curious to me because it's actually something that I want people to remember that I was at some point that human.
I don't think it's you. I think it's who personally, I see Bows because of where I am in my life with my daughter who's 10, who's still watching Dance Moms and still watching you as that little. She's not actually asking me about grinding on a beat.
Figured.
I was joking.
And
but
if she was, that's your problem, baby.
Because I see you that way because that's how my daughter sees you.
Exactly.
So
And that's the light that I'm in right now.
But also, you've spent more of your life
Oh my
with
God,
the bows
yeah.
than
I've spent
this is
20 years there, 1 year here. It's very ratioed, yeah.
So, but it's the same thing as, and I know you get compared to this a lot, to the things that Miley did and to. Does that bother you?
No.
I think that's great.
Honor. Like, it's like holy shit, I can't believe people compare me.
But they took a lot of shit being that Disney kid and them doing that, and so did Britney Spears by the same token. And anybody who comes out of, because Disney, more than anything, is a brand. And the people who perform on it are very cohesive to that brand.
You're part of it.
It makes sense that you are a Disney. That's why they call them Disney kids.
What's interesting is the brand that I'm going, not against, but I'm going away from is my own brand. So I'm Jojo Siwa, right? Which was the brand. I had Nickelodeon behind me, but it was more so people didn't know like, oh, Jojo Siwa is Nickelodeon. They knew Jojo Siwa was Jojo Siwa, right? And that's because all stemmed from my YouTube. But now I'm creating a new Jojo Siwa. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? There's no character. It was like Miley was Hannah Montana, and then she got to be Miley Cyrus, right? Whereas for me, it's like, okay, no, Jojo Siwa and Jojo Siwa, same human, different art. You know what I mean? And so that's where it's like, it's kind of been a complicated thing, but one of the most important things to me is that kid world still got to live on for forever and ever and ever, which is
Well,
why
that's what I was going to
separated it.
ask you. Economically, we talked about this the last time,
Yeah.
the bows and the all that stuff. You had, there was all licensed out, and part of
Yep.
what Target was selling and whatnot. That doesn't fit the brand that you're
Now,
presenting
yeah.
now. Does that?
It's a massive conversation. And even right before Karma came out, I was like, am I being an idiot? Like, should I just do this for the rest of my life? But passionate wise, I wouldn't survive, because like this career that I'm making, this art that I'm entertaining with, that's where my heart is, right? And where my passion is and what I love to do.
Is corporate coming after you and saying, come on,
They're
we're
like,
making.
hey, come on. No, I mean, look,
Do they still sell that stuff?
they still sell it. There's a few year long sunset period, but like, look, I fulfilled my deal. We actually extended my deal, so that way we could do more merchandise, and I would be there for less time with music and TV and movies at Nickelodeon. And so yeah, it's all good. Honestly, it's kind of just like a mute relationship.
Did your mom question the fact of what this would do business wise? Is it?
I don't think she necessarily, no, I don't think she questioned it. She's always been very supportive of the decisions that I want to make, but she definitely helped me be aware of what change I was doing, right? Aware of like, hey, look, just so you know, like, booyah. But there's also, I'm very self-aware. And I think I also knew, like, look, I am saying deuces to that part of my life, and I need to make sure of that. But I also, like, initially my label at the time wanted Karma to live on the same places that Kinder Candy Store, Boomerang, High Top Shoes lives. They wanted it to be on that same YouTube channel, on the same Spotify, and I said, no way in hell. So because 3-year-olds watch that, and I don't want a 3-year-old to be watching Kinder Candy Store and all of a sudden Karma rolls up next because it's like the next thing on the channel. No way is that happening. So that's why I made sure to separate them, and that was a hard separation to make because we already have platforms with massive numbers because of my kids' career, but then, it's a catch-22 because, like, I want to shield the kids from hearing that. And, like, it's the internet. You can't shield everyone from everything, but can make sure that I put everything in place for it.
You said I'm not surprised by Backlash. I thought it was really fun, and maybe I took it wrong, but it was really funny, like the Beyonce thing.
Yeah.
That's fun. Were you being funny, or were you not? Because it
What do you
became a
think?
joke. I think you were. To me, I took it as a joke.
I
That
love
people
you don't know the conspiracy.
that Jay-Z wants everybody
I
to
just
think.
told you this. I just told you last week. You didn't even know the conspiracy.
I didn't. I did not know the conspiracy.
Yeah.
But and we had Jay Farrell do Jay-Z for making sure that everybody says. But the truth is, it became a joke that everybody was. First came a lot of people, more than you would think of, thanking Beyonce.
Yeah.
Then came a theory.
Have you ever thanked Beyonce?
He's never been awarded anything.
If you present me with something, I would. But
You should thank Beyonce for your
I
career.
do. Every time my wife says yes, I thank Beyonce.
Aww.
She's disgusted. That's
Yeah,
her mother.
that's a lot.
But really,
How long have you and your wife been together?
almost 50 years. Like,
Yeah. Wow.
48 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why. Thank you, Beyonce.
Thank
But
you,
anyway,
Beyonce.
you shouldn't say that because you're going to get backlash.
No, I have to say thank you to her.
I know, but did you expect the backlash you got?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I
You obviously planned to say it.
did not.
Oh, you
did
didn't?
not. I did not. No. I was at an awards show, and it was the joke at the
The
time.
dance award, right?
I was at the Industry Dance Awards.
Yes.
Yeah, and honestly, we were at the awards show, and I was like, I got to give a speech that night. And as I'm on stage, I was like, my job at that show is to always spice it up. I've been going for 12 years. Like, I always go out there and make the crowd laugh. Like, that's what I love to do. And
Told you it's a joke.
yeah, and I was out there and I was like, look, to keep the dance community safe, like, thank you, Beyonce. I got everybody. Like, and also, like, was I like cracking a joke? Yeah, but also literally, thank you, Beyonce. Please, like, let the dance community go. You know what I mean? And also, just thank you for the music. You give us so much music in the dance community. But then, yeah, I didn't expect the whole, like, missing thing to happen because of Beyonce. But I ran with it and had fun with it.
I know. So you didn't expect that. So
No, but then it
you're saying
actually-
you didn't plan it until right before you said it?
I didn't-
just came
I
out?
didn't plan it until after I said it. I literally said it, and then I was like, all right, we'll roll with this. But then it actually, it did fade pretty well because there's a larger scale of reason for me to not be posting right now. And so it kind of helped that. You know what I mean? It kind of gave me a reason to not be posting.
I saw that. But you see, you keep breaking that rule for yourself.
I did break it for iced coffee. I was not supposed to post, and then I was like, screw it. Like, I want to post.
Why aren't you supposed to post?
Well, I can't talk about it till like February. I'll come back. I'll come back in February.
Without telling me what it
secretive.
is it a decision that is it a business decision?
It's a business decision, but not necessarily my business decision.
Is it a safety decision?
Yeah, it's kind of like a agreement. All right, a cool off period.
Beyonce.
If in doubt, Beyonce out. If in doubt, Beyonce.
Can you give us, what does it rhyme with?
Howie Mandel.
I'm not the reason you can't
your
post.
fault.
But for somebody who's not supposed to be posting and not supposed to be, you post a lot.
So I hadn't been posting, and then I felt like testing my luck.
Hang on one second.
What'd you get?
I don't know.
Thank Beyonce.
I will.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is this your YouTube plaque?
Yeah, we just hit 100,000 on the Clip channel.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Beyonce.
Exactly. There you go.
How many do you have on your YouTube channel?
Oh, my kids one,
Yeah.
12 million subscribers. On my adult one, though, like 600,000, I think. 300,000.
She has more dislikes on one video than we have subscribers.
And honestly clocked.
So you can't even post that you're on this podcast.
No. I can accept a collab or repost a story. Because that's not technically, that could not be me posting personally.
Did this come from a relationship?
Like romantic?
Okay.
Or like business?
Romantic.
No.
Business.
Yes.
Is there going to be a big announcement in February?
There'll be I can't help but talk about why, and there'll be a reason why.
Will you break it on this show?
In February? I'll come back.
That doesn't say she'll break it. That doesn't mean she'll break it.
I want you to tell me that you're going to break it on this podcast. What an odd kind of place to break it.
I'll reveal a secret
We
on the
had
podcast. How
Tom
about that?
Sandoval's only interview on this podcast.
Yeah, Tom.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Scandival.
Scandival.
We were the first person he ever talked to. Do you know about that? Do you know what Scandival is?
Dude, I was in the midst of Scandival.
Were
In
you
the
really?
mist
Why?
or the midst?
Well, both. Because when we did Special Forces, which was a little bit over a year ago,
I forgot.
we were there together, and it was right. And I didn't know anything that was going on. I didn't follow along.
Neither did I, and I
Don't
did
know.
the podcast.
Yeah, which honestly, I kind of like that. Just it's naive, right? And so anyways, got to know Tom without knowing the scandal, but he was very upset about it, and so got to know him. And I think it was kind of refreshing for him to have somebody who literally, one day we were in a car ride and he was getting really upset about it and thinking everyone knows and it just sucks having everyone know your business. And I was like, all right, Tom, not to knock you down a few pegs. I have no fucking clue what show you're on. I have no clue any of the names you're talking about. Everyone's freaking out because you brought a picture of a girl named Raquel. I don't know who the fuck Raquel is.
You know that hurt his feelings more than people being mad at him for the scandal.
It actually helped him. He was like, wait. You literally don't know who I am. And I was like, not a clue. I said, my cousin told me if there's a man with nail polish that she hates him. You are a man with nail polish and you might be the person
So if
she
not
hates.
knowing him didn't knock him down, your cousin's comment did.
Yeah, but it just helped bring him some perspective of I literally don't know. It helped give him some perspective that even though, because it feels to him everybody knows, you know what I mean? Because when it's in your life, you feel like everybody knows. I'm sure there's been so much stuff in your life that you feel oh my God, everybody knows everything about my life. I couldn't tell you shit. You know what I mean? It's
But, talking about telling us shit, you will break the story on Howie Mandel Does Stuff.
I can't tell you if I will break the story because I don't actually know how the story is being broken, but
I'm telling you on
I
here.
will save one secret for you. How about that? That's a fair deal.
3?
3 secrets? I don't even know if I'll have 3
Deal
secrets.
or no deal?
I mean, when you say it like that, deal.
Thank you.
I do have a question for you, though. I listened to your Call Her Daddy interview. I
Yeah.
love Call Her Daddy, and I loved that interview. I know you normally don't care about any backlash or anything that you may get towards you that comes from stuff you said. Did it bother you at all, the backlash that your family or your mom got that came from that interview?
Again, this maybe goes to me being naive, but I don't really remember.
Well,
Now I feel bad.
You should feel bad.
No. I mean, look.
Why don't you read her?
No, but was there backlash about like my mom like putting me in the spotlight? Is that what the backlash was?
It was about, I think, no, sorry. Now I feel bad. I want to back out of this
Please don't
question.
feel bad. Please don't feel bad at all. If you want to back out, you have every right to back out, but please don't feel bad. It's more so just like.
And maybe it was my little algorithm on TikTok that I saw too, and it wasn't overall backlash.
I mean, look, to mention it, also clearly nobody was affected by it.
I heard people talking about, like, you mentioning that they didn't move out of your house until that day and like stayed with you, or that they were worried that you weren't going to help them after they moved out of the house and stuff like that. And people were criticizing you being the caregiver, let's say, and your mom not being, or your family being reliant on you.
Howie Mandel here. You know, there are two things in life that I can't stand: bad hair days and dirty glass. Unfortunately, I can't help you with your hair, but Glass Guard can help with those stubborn stains on your glass surfaces. Glass Restoration Stain Remover helps you get rid of tough water stains, mineral deposits, and soap scum on glass surfaces. Use the code Howie15 for 15% off at glassguard.com and bring the sparkle back to your home. Stay glassy.
Look, and this is if that is what people are bullying my family about, that people that don't know my life, don't know my situation, don't know my family's situation, don't know how much my parents gave up, don't know how much my parents helped me on the daily, from changing my fire alarm to fixing my tires to running my career with me, like, have at it. You know what I mean? I think I've gotten so settled and my family's gotten so settled in, like, only we know 100% what the case is, and like the vibe of trust and the vibe of brand. And like, my thing is, like, I could literally decide tomorrow, like, wake up and be like, I'm done. And we would all be fine. You know what I mean? For years, we would all be fine. And my parents could literally retire right now and live their happy life with their dog. I could go live wherever I wanted and have a happy life, have babies. And Freddie, Eddie, and Teddy, will see you soon. But like, it's I don't know. It's kind of a catch-22 of like, yeah, it sucks when people are saying stuff about you, but
what you're saying is, if you are so fucking wealthy, it doesn't matter. You've got fuck you money. Is I think what you're saying.
definitely not saying that, but saying that, look, some child stars do have pressure put on them. Like, you provide for the family, you must provide. But like, my family had the pressure more so of like, look, if you want to end, like, don't take all your money and run. Like, I have a very realistic expectation of my family gave up everything for me. They quit their jobs, they quit their lives, they moved away from their home. They had a whole life before I rolled around, right? They had 40 years of life, right? And now that my career has been doing good and I've been able to support the family, like, look, also, what child doesn't want to support their parents once they're older? Every child would love to care for their family and put them in a beautiful nursing home and help them out, right?
You put your mother in a nursing home.
No, I'm saying years from now, But like, if anyone in my position, right, who is 21 years old with a really fucking wealthy career, right? I'm not calling myself wealthy, calling my career wealthy. You would want to take care of your family too. You know what I mean? And like, a part of having wealth is not being greedy with it. And that doesn't mean go buy everyone in your life Lamborghinis, but that means supporting. And I don't want to live my life and have all these racks of cash and be like, yeah, I want to support, you know what I mean? And I want to.
But does it put a young person into a position of, those are wonderful words, and I'm not saying that, and I believe you that they're more than just words, and you seem to be really well adjusted. Do you go to therapy?
No, I want to start.
You should.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I believe in. I'm a big advocate for mental health, and I think everybody needs a coping skill. It just seems like when somebody's as young as you are, that seems like a burden of responsibility that is sometimes hard to bear.
Okay, yeah. Let me clock it, because it's a responsibility, but not a burden of a responsibility. And I think a lot of people.
Responsibility, just by virtue of being a responsibility, is a burden.
True, valid. But it doesn't feel like Like, I'm not, like, yes, I'm trying to think of the exact right way to word this, because if I don't word it right, I'm gonna go down in flames, but honestly, probably gonna go down in flames anyways. But like, I don't feel trapped. I don't feel like I have to work. I don't feel like I have to make money for the family. I feel like, no, like, we're all good. Like, I love to do what I do. And people also let me do my career. Like, right now, it's what song do you want to put out next? Not you're putting this song out next. You know what I mean? It's, hey, I want to do this TV show, guys. Okay, great, we'll make it work. Like, right now, I'm begging my mom to let me do this TV show that I got asked to do. And she's like, honey, like, it's a really shitty deal. Like, you can do it if you want. It's 4 weeks of your time. You have to be in another country. They're not paying you good. But, like, if you want to do it, you can do it. And I'm like, no, I want to do it. And she's like, okay, then we're going to make it work. Like, my family's very for me. And so when it comes to having the responsibility of taking care of them, I don't feel as if it's there. Like, they do have their own money, and they also both do work for me. And like, we have a very interesting dynamic where it just works. And I've also been around child stars where it doesn't work and they don't have a healthy relationship with their family. But I
just think that it takes a long time to form, to fully form whatever our wherewithal is. You know, there's a reason why young people are in the X Games.
Yeah.
I think that women develop before males, as far as that frontal lobe of thinking of whatever the ramifications of whatever's happening.
Yeah.
You know, that's why a 17-year-old boy is probably more apt to take a skateboard off the roof than a 27-year-old boy. You know,
Right.
or once you,
Right.
you know, or when you're my age, you think, oh, you know what, I could hurt myself.
Yeah.
The point is that to be the breadwinner of a family is a responsibility. Now,
Yeah.
I truly believe, and it sounds like you are incredibly well adjusted.
Yeah.
And I don't think, and that's not thanks to you. That's got to be thanks to, I believe that as a parent, we start that process.
Very
you
young,
are,
yeah.
you know, nature versus nurture.
I've also never been taken advantage of by my family. My parents have never rolled around in all designer stuff and hid my money from me. They've never, you know, gone on these lavish vacations and then I'm like, where's this $100,000? You know what I mean? Why is there money missing? There's never been a taken advantage of moment. And there's a mass amount of trust.
Right.
Not a honey boo boo situation.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, a lot of times, and it is super fucked in child stardom. And like, look, I also had a massive Coogan account that I got and I put into investments and it's been cooking ever since. You know what I mean? Like, you also are protected as a kid, and I'm lucky because I had a very large Coogan account. But like, a lot of times, like, Honey Boo was a great example. Like, she got really,
So
really
for
messed
people who
over.
are listening that don't know what you're talking about, the Coogan account is Jackie Coogan was a child star. He was part of the Our Gang. Remember the Our Gang movies?
No.
Well, they changed the laws of child stars, you know, because they felt that they were abusing kids. Number
Yes.
one, parents were taking all their money. Number two, they were overworking them in hours. Number three, he's the one that when they wanted to get a kid to cry, they would say, we're going to kill your dog. And then you got a kid crying on camera. And it was just, so Jackie Coogan started along with the SAG, along with the, what are they called?
Union?
The unions decided to protect. And
Yep.
your parents don't have access to all your money.
Yeah, so 15% of every penny you make goes into your Coogan account.
Right.
And then when you turn 18, you have to go to the bank to get that out.
I have two separate questions right now. First of all, I wanted to say the reason why I brought up that question was not necessarily to ask about what you had already talked about, but when I think about even me just being on the podcast, anything I say, I'm okay with people attacking me.
Yeah.
I'm okay with people, kind of, I'm sensitive. But like, as soon as I hear any kind of attack on a family member, like my kids who are not in the spotlight, or something I said affects my parents or my brother
Yeah.
or something like that, that's when it really bothers me. I was just wondering if,
sucks.
like, you seem like I'm okay with whatever you're going to say about me. Like, I chose to be in this
Right.
spotlight. Does it affect you at all when people start saying things about
I mean, of course
family
it does.
members and friends?
Of course it does. But I'm like, my priority when that happens is to fuck all with my feelings, fuck all with how I'm feeling, but to be with that family member or be with that friend and be like, what do you need right now? When it also in relationships that happens often where it's like, okay, look, I can deal with this. I know how I deal with this. I'm literally fine. I need 24 hours and I'll never think about it again. But you are a different human. You know, you might need me to go to bat for you publicly. And if you need that, I will. You know what I mean? You might need
Relationships are really hard
super
without your notoriety.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you for acknowledging that it's hard because it is. And I think that I'm watched under a very thick magnifying glass.
How's it going now?
Relationships? Honestly, really good. I'm really content. I'm really happy. I'm really at peace.
Are you with that woman from So You Think You Can Dance?
No, we broke up. Yeah.
When?
Oh.
I didn't know. I'm not up to
I
date.
did.
Yeah, we broke up. We actually broke up a minute ago. I mean, it's not. It's like a month and a half ago.
And then you're not going to talk about it till February?
That is not what I'm not talking about. No, that's out of like. Look, I think with her, it was. There was a lot that people don't know. But like, look, it's all good. Like all is good in the land of Oz. Like,
How do you meet people besides being on the same show as them? Are you on an app?
No, I get kicked off the apps. I even got
Why?
kicked off Rhea because
Why?
they don't think it's me.
I remember, was it Ben Affleck that was on Rhea and going, it's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
What do you mean? So you were on Rhea.
I was on Rhea, Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, all of them, and got kicked off all of them.
What do you mean kicked off? They just...
They're like, submit your license. No, it's not you. I'm like, okay. Because I just
We need to see your license picture now.
I get
How different
catfished.
do you look?
Well, no, it's because I put my name in as Joelle Siwa, but then they see a photo of Jojo Siwa, and they're like, not you. And I'm like, okay. They just think I'm using a forged photo. Because I look like Jojo Siwa, and I am Jojo
Before
Siwa.
you get kicked off, do you get any dates from it?
I had one Hinge date that I FaceTimed him, and it was a boy, and that was the night I decided I'm fully gay.
Howie Mandel here. Pollen, dust, pet dander, you name it. These are the invisible monsters lurking in our homes, wreaking havoc on respiratory systems. But fear not, Hunter Pure Air has the secret weapon to combat these microscopic villains. Their purifiers quietly capture and eliminate dust, allergens, odors, and germs. For a limited time, use code Howie20 for 20% off at hunterpureair.com.
That I FaceTimed him, and it was a boy, and that was the night I decided I'm fully gay. And I could never be with
What
a man.
did he do? What?
He
know-
FaceTimed
did he
me and
say?
played his guitar and sang for me. I was like,
Oh, that, yeah, no, that's
You did.
it.
Also,
Are you
maybe,
serious?
Like, you might be gay too. Like,
Can you imagine? So the guy that you met on Hinge, does he know this?
I mean,
Now he does.
I never spoke to him after.
Okay, but there is a guy out there right now who matched with you on Hinge.
Yeah.
And he knows that he is the reason that you're only interested in the bean.
That is, I'm only interested on grinding on the bean. Yep.
Yeah. Because of one guy, one song,
Yeah.
one app.
Yep. It's over.
What did he sing? What did he sing?
Couldn't tell you. Wasn't-
Something he wrote?
Wasn't listening. Had to hang up.
Oh wait, he was playing it on the phone.
Oh yeah, we were on FaceTime, and he's. So my ex-boyfriend used to sing the guitar, and I loved it. I thought he was adorable. He would sing Ed
who?
Sheeran. His name was Mark.
Whose boyfriend?
My ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
So his name was Mark. He was a family friend, and then we just started dating for fun. He was one of my really good friend's little brother. And anyways, yeah, we started dating, and it was cute, whatever. He used to sing on the guitar, and he would sing Perfect by Ed Sheeran, and he'd sing it to me, and he'd sing Galway Girl, and he was just cutie. Like, I'll always give Mark fun time with it. He was a cutie and whatever. But that was when we were 17. But yeah, this boy, he just...
It wasn't working for you.
One song. You didn't make any other requests?
No, I'm out. I'm out. And then I've also had 2 male best friends in my life that I have been like, I'm being like, no. Never. Couldn't do it.
Because they sang?
No, just because they have a penis.
Because you can get your own.
Yeah, I need a rhinestone penis if I'm going to have a penis.
Okay.
So hold on, I'm going back a little. You talked about a Coogan account, and that's in place for people, for children and families that are in the industry on television stuff, but it's not really in
social
place
media.
on social media. How do you feel about all these people
Welcome
that
to a new game.
yeah, all these people that are putting kids in their ads,
Yeah.
like using them for?
It's actually really interesting because I think a lot of people look to me for a strong opinion on this because I was a kid in social media. But what the difference is I was a kid who was choosing to do social media. And so I have an opinion being like, yeah, I loved being on social media as a kid, but it was my choice. You know, I wanted to make the videos. I wanted to film. It was my idea. I would stay up editing it and I would post it, right? And I made the money and I liked it and I liked following along with the numbers and I still do. And I would see how much money I made in a month and I'd try to beat it the next month and I'd see how the thumbnails worked with the algorithm and I taught myself all of that. The difference is, what about the parents that are just videoing their kids? And what's the difference? Now, I don't know. I've definitely been around some kids that I'm like, yes, you were definitely made for this. Like you have whatever the next generation of child stardom looks like. You have it, you get it, you have the work ethic, you have the passion. You also have the good family life behind closed doors that makes it healthy. But then I've also been around the kids on the flip side of that where I'm like, oh dear God, go to school. Like go to school, read a book, like get out of the spotlight. And I've seen parents too that I just want to say to them, like, take your kid out of the spotlight. They are not going to work. Like, it's not going to be healthy. It's not going to be happy for them. But I think that it's not my job to tell anybody how to parent their kids. I mean, I definitely have my opinions on how I'll parent my kids, but I can't.
Kids?
I want kids very badly. And I think me and my partner one day will decide how we parent our kids together, right? But I think that every parent has to parent their own child. And I think back in the day, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, I'm sure their parents got shit on by a lot of people in the world for putting their kids in the spotlight, but you didn't see it because there's just no social media. But nowadays, it's like you just see it so much because there's so much social media, but you do. It's the same way like some parents give their kids Cheetos and some kids give their kids organic Annie Puffs, right? Like everyone has to decide how to parent their own kids. Now, do I think there should be protections and laws in place to protect children from like being money made off of them on social media? Yes. But the laws where it actually like prevents kids from being on social media, I actually think is kind of detrimental because think about a kid in a minority group, right? A kid of color or a kid who is LGBTQIA+, any sort of minority group, right? On social media is kind of where they find their home, right? So if you are that young age where your brain is still very much so developing, right? And you are looking for those influences. You live in a small town, you're gay, and you have nobody. You go on social media to find that like outlet of a home, right? And so I think removing social media as a whole for kids is actually not the solution, but I think protections and limits I think is a better option. You know what I mean? And I think it's hard and it's going to be new laws to regulate, but I think that there's some really smart people in the world, and like I'm not in a position where I'm one of them because I was a very unique case of child star where it was all my decision and I did it all myself and I loved it all. But I think that especially with this next round of child stars, like it is going to be a trial and error. And that's not to say, oh, let's just like sit back and let it explode. But that is to say, like, we need to learn and we need to watch and we need to see what's happening and see what's healthy, what's not healthy, and how can we, you know, regulate it, I guess.
I just feel like it's up to the brand, like these brands, let's say a big diaper company, they know that if they're hiring a kid for a TV commercial, they have to do it legally and put money into a kid's account.
Right.
Yet if they're going to do a brand deal or an ad on social media, they're dealing with the mom and they just give that mom money. It's not the same thing. They're asking for a kid in that video, a baby in that video, who can't consent to being online.
Right.
Social media is not, it's not unionized. There's no union.
Right.
Unions are who protects people, but there isn't. Did you make a lot of money online?
I mean, yeah, you can make a lot of money online. You can make a ton of money online, especially from brand deals. Like it's definitely, and I think like that's a very unique case, right? If you're thinking about a diaper deal, right? Because the same way the kid can't consent to being online is the same way that the kid can't consent to actually being in the diaper commercial.
I tried to get a diaper. I'm not kidding. And they turned me down.
Really?
They did.
Depends.
Depends. You know, they did. Yeah. You know that? It's a true story.
I didn't know this.
I because I'm known as a germaphobe.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the face of Depends because I said like I can go to Coachella.
Can I ask you a question about being a germaphobe?
Go ahead.
What age did it start?
I don't remember not being a germaphobe. I just didn't know how to identify. I didn't want to touch anything. I convinced the kids at school that I didn't know how to tie my shoes because they'd come undone, and I wouldn't want to touch the laces that touch the ground.
Yeah, so very young.
My whole life.
Okay, so then can I ask you another follow-up? I've always been so curious about
Go
this.
ahead. You can ask me whatever you want.
How do you regulate, right, what is okay and what is not okay? Like, what's to say, like, the Celsius can, for example, and this isn't to, like, get in your head and be like,
No, you
not
can
to
get in my head.
overthink,
I'm
but
medicated as you talk, and
you're-
I do talk to a
you're also
therapist.
a 70-year-old man who's been dealing with this for
My
70
whole
years.
life.
So, yeah.
But therapy really is the
Therapy.
thing that put me over the edge. My wife
Yeah.
threatened to end it all and take the kids away if I didn't go get help, because
Wow.
I couldn't regulate it, and I would make sure she could tell you it was like a nightmare. Her foot would touch me by accident, and we'd be on the way to the airport to go on vacation. And I would turn the car around because I had to go change my pants because
Yeah.
her foot touched me. How do I regulate it?
Or how do you decide what's, like,
It's not a decision. You don't know what's going to trigger you. I do know that because people always hit me online. They go, "Oh, it's bullshit," or "I'm a little bit OCD."
it's not at all.
But it's hand to hand. That's my hardest thing. I can touch things, but it's touching somebody's hand for some reason
That's your biggest.
That's my biggest thing. Or that's the thing that can trigger me. But I could probably shake your hand and nothing would happen. I'm just afraid that if something does happen, I'll be in the bathroom for the next 4 hours, not being able to tear myself away from the sink, washing my hands. But there is rhyme or reason. It is a diagnosable issue,
Yeah.
and once it was given a title, I felt comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And once I was open about it and came
Yeah.
out about it, it's like you can be who you are and express to the world, like, listen, for
when you
me,
came out of the closet of being a germaphobe.
you know what? You think that's crazy, but
LGBTQIA plus G.
Plus G.
G,
Plus
germaphobe?
OCD. Plus OCD.
Plus OCD.
OCD. But when I, as somebody who's much older than you, when I got diagnosed, it was a big deal, and I would imagine it's comparable to somebody having whatever issue it takes you mentally to be public about coming out.
Yeah.
I felt the same stigma
yeah, 'cause you
to
feel
be
different. Yeah.
mentally, but from a kid of the 50s, 1950s, to publicly say that I had a mental health issue
Yeah.
felt like I would rather have said I was gay.
Do you remember how old you were when you came out?
Yeah, my mid 40s.
Wow.
And I was so afraid that they weren't going to be able. I did it by accident because I was on the Howard Stern show, and I was afraid that my kids wouldn't be able to show their faces at school the next day. I was afraid that I would never get another job. Everything that anybody who has ever come out about whatever their truth is has felt. And
Yeah.
it may not be comparable, and I don't know what each individual person goes through. I can just tell you, for me, it was devastating.
Anything that feels isolating is relatable. Everyone at some point in your life, you have felt isolated, right? You felt alone.
I think we all feel like nobody knows exactly what's going on in here.
Exactly. And so even though it's not the same, and even with coming out, no one's coming out journey is the same, right? Because you didn't. Everyone grew up a little bit different. Everyone's October 2nd of 2005 was different. Everyone lived a different day, and that different day shaped us to who we are, right? You know what I mean? And it's no one knows fully, but I think there is some beauty in relating things, right? And finding like what can connect, and that's a very good thing, that like it's not the same, but it can relate. You know what I mean?
Anything that you
I'm
feel is going
fascinated.
to anything in life that can possibly be revealed publicly that you believe will not be accepted even by loved ones is kind of, you can compare it. You're getting messages? Do you have to go?
No, I'm good.
You got a
I'm chilling.
message?
I do.
Is it a secret?
Do you want to know what it is? Like we can see.
From anybody we know?
No, it's just a friend that said, "How was your recording session today?"
What did you record?
A new song.
You have a new song.
I have a new song. So many new songs.
Is this your
It'll be
favorite
out,
thing
It'll
now?
be out in February?
do.
Will it be out in February?
It will, hopefully.
Okay.
Is
What
this your
was it-
favorite thing to do now? Is
Record
sing-
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Performing is my favorite thing. And
Dancing? More than dancing? Singing?
dancing above singing, but together is number one. So like performing on stage, dancing and singing, number one, dancing number two, singing number three.
Do you ever, What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened in a performance? Have you ever fallen?
Oh, all the time. Falling all the time. Pants split all the time. Oh my God, most embarrassing. One time I had this is I was in Ireland, and I used to, when I wore a side ponytail, but I had this fake hairpiece. And the hairpiece essentially was like a strip of hair, and it was on a strip of Velcro, and it Velcroed around my real ponytail, and then it was zip tied in. So anyways, one time I had that in, and all of a sudden the entire ponytails from the inside snapped. And they're not supposed to. They're like not like those clear ponytails. They're like thick ponytails. And the fake hairpiece just started to slide out of my hair. So embarrassing.
But it's kind of, it looks like you're doing a PSA for alopecia or alopecia.
Oh my God.
No?
You might get canceled for that one. But
Really?
yeah. That's okay.
Will Smith will come knock you out.
Keep my wife's issue out of your fucking mouth.
Iconic. Get him.
That was crazy.
That was wild.
That was really crazy. You want to see? I have a guy dancing, and I want to know what you thought of this guy. You can
Let's
judge
see him.
him. The guy dancing. That guy. There he is.
You should be one of the judges on one of these shows.
She is. She was the dancer. So
you think you can dance?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
how she
yeah,
met
yeah.
the.
Yeah.
Should do some research.
No, I did know that. I knew that one.
What do you think
I
of this?
was thinking of
What do you
your
think of
show.
this? It's like you know, you put the penis in, he put the camel toe in.
It's a moose knuckle.
So what I want to know, okay,
Yeah.
is this man had to set his phone up, press record, back up, make it, watch it, decide to do it again. Like, I want to know what's his name, where's he from, what's he doing, why is he making a video dancing with a caption Thursday? Like, I want to know
okay.
everything about him.
Gary, he's my accountant, and he just loves to move. And he
Like,
loves to pull his pants up really tight.
fascinating.
Thank you. I have a surprise for somebody. My buddy Dax, come here. Dax, come here. Where is he? That's a surprise. Sit down right there.
Hi.
Papa Squat, how's it going?
Hello, good. How are you?
That's Dax Flame.
Hello.
How are you, Dax Flame?
Nice to meet you.
I know.
Nice
It's
to
a
meet you.
surprise. It's a surprise for you, Dax, because he's
Yes.
always wanted to meet Jojo Siwa.
Yes.
Nice to meet
Nice
you,
to meet
Dax.
you.
You a handshaker?
Sure.
Nice to meet you.
So, what do you think? He's always wants to make people happy, and he did one with me. I was in one of his pieces.
Yeah, we ordered a pizza, and it was like asking the delivery driver if they wanted to, or kind of like being like, "Hey, we're gonna order a pizza," and then when you get here, you get to meet Howie Mandel. So then they got to meet Howie.
Yeah.
And then I saw you do it with that Bobby.
Oh yeah, true.
What's her name? Bobby.
Altoff and giving away
Yeah.
a TV.
I love Bobby Altoff, yeah.
Yeah, and we gave away a TV.
So
How
that way,
fun.
I wanted to do something nice with you. I wanted you to meet JoJo.
Nice to meet you.
I mean, I don't think you meeting me is like a very exciting thing, but
Tell her. What?
It's nice to meet you. Yeah.
it's nice to meet you as well.
What have y'all been talking about today?
What haven't we been talking about? Howie's been grilling me.
Not grilling. You're using the wrong terminology. I didn't
What are you
grill.
drinking? What is that?
That's feel free.
Fancy.
It is fancy.
Hashtag sponsored.
Yeah.
But
What was the best part of this podcast?
just the fact that she showed up. She is an amazing young lady who's been a star longer than most people, twice her age.
Oh,
and
stop.
did you? Is there a question that you have for her, Dax?
What was your favorite part of this podcast?
My favorite part of this podcast? Oh, man. Oh, so many. Okay, honestly, in the beginning, Howie made a funny joke about one of my new songs, and it's sticking with me. Like, there's a line in the song that's grinding. I like the way you grind on my bean. And Howie made a joke saying, "I bet the women love that a latte," because the song's like all coffee references.
Oh, okay.
And that genuinely stuck with me for a second.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny.
What did you do when he said that?
I laughed so hard. Like, it genuinely got me.
How did you think of that?
Because the coffee, it's iced coffee. It's a huge hit online, and
Iced
all
coffee?
over. Iced coffee is her new hit.
Oh,
song.
cool.
And then she does. It's a reference where she likes to grind it on her bean.
Grind the coffee? Or I understand that it's a euphemism, but I didn't understand what you. Sorry.
Explain to him. You wrote it.
So it's like a bean could be considered a female, pleasure point.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I like the way you grind on my bean, like talking about somebody, like, kind of making it feel good.
True.
Yeah.
I think I get that makes sense.
Yeah.
There you go. Any other questions?
Do you like?
Do I like when people grind on my bean?
Or just like, do you like going on podcasts?
That, honestly, going from grinding my bean to that question made me so happy. I do. I like when it's just a fun conversation and it doesn't feel like there's a paper full of questions. You know what I mean? Where it just feels.
How do you write music?
How do I write music?
Paper full of questions.
No, but
go ahead.
it just feels like a conversation.
No,
It's
but go
better.
ahead.
How do I write music? I honestly, my favorite thing to do is I like to tell somebody a story and then have them go write a song
Cool.
and then come back. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Go for walks and stuff. Yeah.
Fun.
And go for hikes.
Do you live in California?
Yes.
Yes, and we got nice hikes here.
He's one of my favorite TikTokers.
Thank you.
And we have done TikToks and
Yeah.
posting together.
True.
And I'll do anything, anytime he wants me in one of his.
I'm in.
Thank you.
You would do it too?
How did you guys meet?
I met him on, I didn't know him, and then I met him, I was following him, and then Seth, who works here.
Messaged me.
And then we've been doing some posts together. He's actually incredibly popular.
Thank you.
I mean, I believe it. I'm going to go follow you after this.
Thank you.
So at Dax Flame.
I think on TikTok it's the Dax Flame and then just Dax Flame. Yeah. On Instagram. Sorry, I got distracted by your photo.
That?
the
Prolapse.
crazy one.
That's a prolapse. You know what that is, Jojo?
Not a clue.
You
No.
don't know the prolapse lore?
You don't know that?
No. What am I looking?
The one time that he's
Get ready.
ever been as popular as you was when he posted
You want
a
to
prolapse.
explain it to her. Tell her what it is. She
I don't
explained the
know.
bean
Are
to
people
you.
ready for? Is everyone ready for the prolapse video?
Maybe.
Everyone?
Explain to her what it is.
I think it's like someone's ass
Mm-hmm.
and it like loses a muscle or something, and I don't know.
Okay, so
It can be on purpose.
I
it
didn't
can
know.
be on
I
purpose.
didn't know what that was. I saw that picture during COVID, and I posted it, and I said on TikTok, and I posted it and said, "Is this COVID related?" And I thought it was just a muffin on the back of somebody's pants, but apparently there is a community that enjoys this, and they can actually extend their anus.
Little did he
physically.
know he posted porn. He posted porn
It's not porn.
on TikTok.
That's
You
not
pretty-
porn. That's a guy that it could be by accident, but it could be on purpose.
You are the straightest,
What?
whitest man I've ever met in my entire life.
Why?
And that can be a compliment. The fact that you just are.
Well, I won't show it to the public, but do you want me to show you the video? Do you know who the H3 podcast is? Ethan Klein?
If you're gonna show me this in video form, I'm good.
You sure?
You want to?
You're gonna show it to me.
Well, if you want, I'm not going to show it
have
to you
to
if you
give
say
consent.
no.
You have to.
Okay,
give
I want to
consent.
see it. Now I'm curious.
I'll
You've seen
look
it, right?
I'll just look away.
Okay.
Okay, but you brought it up, so this is
True, true.
on you. There, you can look at it right there. Here we go.
Actually, maybe I'll look.
Go.
He's looking away. He's looking away.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
This is what my dad posts. Not this
Wait,
video. Not this
wait.
video.
Wait. You're telling me it's actual possible to shit out your own asshole and then suck it back in?
On
Yeah.
purpose, yeah.
Yeah.
How?
It's not always on
You know,
purpose.
she's looking at it like, new dance move. I'll do this with my head, and I'll do that
I'm
with the
sorry.
back part.
How do you get it out like that? What?
I'm not the guy to ask.
Do you know the technique?
No.
You know,
But I almost got
Oh my
canceled.
God, they're putting them together. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn
Why
it
are we
off.
massaging it? Why are we massaging it?
To put it off.
I couldn't
Oh my God.
watch.
What?
I couldn't watch.
But you knew what it was.
Yes.
I know.
So,
you did.
Howie Mandel, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You won't touch somebody's hand.
I didn't touch
wasn't
that.
him.
That's not me.
But you will look at that.
I didn't look at it. It's facing you
But you have seen it before.
by accident.
And yeah, that was your hand.
I
in
looked at
there.
it as much as Dax looked at it. I posted that thinking that was just a cupcake on somebody's pants. And then I
It's
said,
not.
and then my son called me and said, you are trending worldwide, and I got canceled. I lost some sponsors. I got in a lot of trouble for it.
Oh. Well, I don't think it. I think I would have like laughed and been like, Howie. Like,
His sponsor was for comfortable chairs.
It was.
It was for really comfortable chairs.
yeah.
And
okay.
we're not going to show the ad, but
No.
it is the funniest thing in the world.
But anyway, what I was saying, and he was distracted by that picture. Dax is one of the best guys online,
Oh.
and I followed him. He goes to public places and plays games with people and has fun with people, and he's
so
just
sweet.
he is one of the sweetest guys that you'll ever meet. And you can't watch his content without smiling. And you guys should do a post together. I think Dax Flame and Jojo Siwa, what a.
Anytime you want. I'm always around.
What kind of ideas should we do?
You'll always come up with the ideas. What do you have an idea right now, just off the top of your head? He
Maybe-
does stand up too.
Oh.
Not
A
really.
stand-up joke? Try a stand-up joke?
Yeah, give me a stand-up joke.
Go ahead.
I could try one that I don't know if it works or not. I haven't done it on stage.
Okay. Try it
Um,
here.
Okay, so I was recently on a flight, and basically I was sat in between these two brothers, and I was in the middle seat. And so throughout the flight, they kept like leaning over each other to show each other things on their phones and to kind of like say things to each other. And I didn't really mind. I was like, oh, whatever. But then towards the end of the flight, I was like ready to go to sleep. And they kept doing it, and then they kept doing it even more. And then finally I had enough, and I was just like, quiet! Or do you like jellyfish?
Yeah.
Do you wish there were peanut butter fish? Also, that's
I like
That's
that
good.
one.
I like
That's
that
a good one.
thank
Always end on the big laugh. That was Dax
Yeah.
Thank you.
Flame, Jojo Siwa. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Wait. So fascinated by this device.
Get on it. Oh yeah. Get on it. Get on it.
Is that a
Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it.
Can I literally?
Yeah, do it.
And improvise something using her name. Scream in with him.
Oh shit. Sunny in the black pack. Sunny in the black pack.
Ooh, look at that Jojo drumming up on the drums. Oh, look at here. She got that hum. She going crazy. She bringing beats. Oh, baby, look at all the moving feet. Ow! We got Jojo on the drums. Look at you go. Have that fun. Our new friend Jojo kicking that ass. Look at her, bring it up. Look at that sass.
You just pulled that out of your ass like that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.